Okay guys, welcome back to Nancy Drew, the ghost of Thornton Hall. If you see me wiggling my mouse around during the game for no reason, it's because I have my recording program off to the side of my windowed game, because I had some recording trouble. I did actually do a bit of this from before, and the recording didn't turn out. I was trying some new settings with my recording software, and it messed everything up. They were doing what they were supposed to do, but I didn't check to see that the game was within the window as it should have been, and it ended up not being there. So I'm having to re-record all of this, and unfortunately you guys missed some things, because when I was re-recording I forgot exactly where I was, and I did a couple of things and saw a couple of things that aren't going to be in the previous recordings, but I'll explain as best I can. Things that you missed: I found out where I was supposed to go and meet the ghost. It was in the cell phone charging room behind the door that killed me before. It lifts up and it goes down under the house, and down there is Harper Thornton, the crazy one. And she certainly seems crazy. I doubt that she is. She has some interesting perspectives. There's stuff down there that looks like it used to be a mine. Maybe it connected to the old factory. There's a door down there that is missing a number, the number 6, I believe it was, that I assume we have to look for and then solve a puzzle. I also saw the door for Charlotte's room open. And there was spooky music and people singing, and then it slammed shut and it doesn't open now. And, let's just go back into here real quick, and I'll show you this. Colton's gone now. And he left shortly after I came back from going down to the basement to see Harper, and after that I could not find him, and when I went upstairs after he was gone, the whole door opening and closing up there thing happened. So I'm assuming that was him. Now, I'm not making any kind of presumptions here, but I have a feeling that that he and Clara are working together on this for some reason. Okay, now I did find a couple of other things. When I went down into the basement, what we assume is good old Jess. Jesselyn's backpack. I wanted to say Tess for some reason. Jess was down there, and in it we found this key part. I'm assuming we're going to be looking for another key part so that we can get into the mausoleum, or the bedroom, depends. This family tree, which told us where Ethel's grave was, it was the May Newton one. None of the blank ones. I found some tiles down here that look like they go to a mosaic. Wade gave me a note that I don't know what goes to yet. And this is the same. Also, I listened to the what Nancy said again after we did this, and apparently it goes to this somehow, which looks like what is on Charlotte's note. This note here is supposedly from Charlotte. It's Wade got it from her the night that she died. Okay. Now, this moment on, not super sure what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna wander around and see what kind of trouble we can get into. And apparently it gives me the option to leave, but Nancy says that we can't. Yes, we gotta keep exploring and all that. So let's see what we can rustle up out here.
Hi.
What's up, Wade? Oh, and Harper asked us to not say anything
Goodbye.
about her in the basement.
Adios.
He also says adios now, for some reason. I have tried the key in this. It does not work. There's a little bit of this over here. But yeah, I was wandering around the house trying to figure out what to do, and I forgot that I had been given this, and I started listening around at a whole bunch of other places. There's some strong stuff around the fireplace, and in front of Charlotte's door, obviously. But in front of the door, the barn door, in the bottom room, it actually went into the red, so I was supposed to go and do that, and I put the blindfold over my eyes and stuff, and it was really scary because the scythe fell down after I came back out. The scythe that killed me before. So that was all kinds of creepy. Oh, he turned the bug light off. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, and there's gonna be little letters and numbers written on the paintings now. I had a note that I got from Harper to help me figure out how to find her again after she pushed me out of the door and shut it on me. I used the bag of cotton. I fixed the gin. There was a little puzzle, the cotton gin, and I got the seeds out, and then I went to the balance next to the barn door, and I put the seeds on the scales, and it balanced it out, and it opened the door. So yeah, that happened. And what is that? That sounds like strings plucking. One of those old juice box harp kind of things. Oh!
The key fits, but I think it's broken.
Ah. Okay, so that is for Charlotte's door, so we were just missing another piece. Okay. And then it went deathly quiet. Oh, that's good. See if Addison remembers anything from her night at Thornton Hall. You know, I actually haven't made any of the phone calls yet. That was a dumb of me. Oops. Well. I hope it doesn't tell me anything that I need to know. I wonder if Harper has anything new to say to me. Yeah, see, this thing went up. And we can go into here. And this was Jesselyn's backpack. There's some notes about the wedding and the plans and stuff. Not much left in there. And this is the room where Harper's hiding. That's Harper. We'll talk to her in a minute. I want to show you around. There's a big machine over there. It looks like it might be missing some parts. There's a nice little mine shaft here. Some kegs of what I assume are either gunpowder or wine. I guess there's something over there that we could do. I don't know anything about that yet. I got the tiles out of this little wine rack here. Oh, what's this? I didn't look at this. This looks like a secret door. Ooh. And there's this little mine thing here that it tells me to look at, but I haven't figured out anything to do with that yet. Oh, and here's another secret door. Very interesting. I didn't find those before. And there was a little paper in here about Charlotte's cryptic obsession with Jackson. There's a Jackson painting out, that's the door back. A little Jackson painting out where that sleeping bag is. But I don't know if it holds any, if that's the same person, what it's supposed to mean. I guess I could go look at it again if I particularly wanted to.
Quick, I haven't
Harper.
got all day.
I did. I asked about who her dad was, and she doesn't know. Or maybe she does, I don't know. She's very cryptic, and I don't really want to upset her because she could be very upset. But we might as well ask.
I really upset Clara, thanks to you.
Did she cry?
Oh.
And if she did, was it one stoic little tear like she was going for one of them movie awards?
Oh.
Or was it a big, snuffly, ugly cry? Oh, she's an ugly crier. I hate to bring that to the table, but it is the truth.
You made me upset a woman whose daughter is missing.
Oh, she's a big girl now. The truth shouldn't upset her. Don't look at me like that. I'm bored down here, and she's done worse to me.
Obviously, you can see what she's like.
Goodbye.
Goodbye!
She has her own thing that she does. And also, this is the door over here. This is the machine I was talking about. I don't really have anything for it. And there's a butt here. And there's, ooh. And see, there's a, yeah, it is number 6. I don't really have anything for it. There's a butt with a line through it, and then there's this other thing here. I'm sure it means something to someone. Don't know who yet. But as you like it. Haven't figured out much of anything else to do in here beyond what I've already done. That's Beauregard. Mean old codger, apparently. I bet this is a secret room. Or something. See, this is a Jackson here. It's making that noise again. Oh, it was pretty creepy actually, to be honest, when that thing opened and there was just something standing over there. Pretty darn sure that it wasn't anything to be afraid of. But you never know.
Nancy,
Anything?
I'd better get going.
And I'm not
take care.
gonna talk about Harper to them. I don't feel much like it, to be honest. I also don't feel like making any tea. Now, what can I find out about this? I haven't seen... Well, these are kind of like that. I still haven't seen anything like that. I've got to get into that crypt somehow. And I'm not completely sure how. Seems like I'm doing more wandering again. Oh boy. Okay. I think it's time to make the phone calls. I will cut this out unless there's anything new that you haven't heard. Or is relevant.
Hello?
Addison? Do you know anything about Harper?
Just what I've heard from Jessalyn. Apparently she handed in her sanity card a while back. Jess said Clara was always worried Harper would return.
Why?
I think she was scared of her. She told Jess to call the police if she ever saw Harper.
Well, I know that Harper was next in line to inherit the company, but she was declared unfit, probably because of her mental state, or because of something that Clara said. So instead of Harper getting it when Charlotte died, Clara got it, the company. And according to what Wade says, she hasn't exactly been the nicest handler. So I assume that if Clara was afraid of Harper returning, it would probably be because of that.
Goodbye.
All right. Later.
Alright, let's get these guys out of the way. See if there's anything substantial they can tell me.
Hi, Nancy. Did you get the package I left for you?
Yes.
I think they're silly. But apparently, some of the people I've met swear by using EMF signatures on the property.
Do you know anything about the factory accident?
Nothing I can verify. It's been scratched out of the local history. When I was there, I expected to feel something when I stood near the old factory.
And nothing?
As many spirits as I expected. I only met one.
Charlotte?
That'd be the one. Dear, sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island.
You've done a lot of research on the Thornton family, right? What have you found?
Like a lot of powerful families around here, they were forged in the Civil War. Like every war, it was a brutal thing that made a lot of men dead and a couple of men rich.
Yeah.
Or women, in this case. The family matriarch, the Gray Lady, they say she was a spy for the North.
Is that true?
Could be. She kept records like a spy for sure. Which is to say she didn't. One thing's known. She fed the North troop positions that turned the tide of more than one battle. She was compensated quite well for it. The island itself was a gift. She was either a traitor or a spy. That's why the Northerners got to calling her Gray Lady. If you ask me, she started a nasty Thornton tradition. Success at the cost of innocent blood. Anyone who tries to route things in that family gets ostracized or worse.
Like poor Wade.
What have you been up to since we spoke last?
I've been teaching the road to know my will.
Are you working on the next book?
I've been running away from the next book. In an empty house that was filling up with chatty ghosts. But who knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say.
Fair
If they're
enough.
interested, I'll send you a gallery proof. If they're not, guess I'll go teach.
What happened to your old assistant, Logan?
He fired me.
Doesn't it
Oh.
usually work the other way?
You'd think so. He got fed up with me.
Why?
He gave me an ultimatum. Write the draft or he'd find someone else to work for. I do not do ultimatums.
I understand that.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that?
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming.
But then?
But then I got scared.
What scared you away from taking the case?
To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones.
I will give you that.
Why?
They've dug so many graves on that rock that Death himself is on the Christmas card list. I can't help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay.
Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte.
That's
I'll
the
tell you,
jar.
hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me.
I know.
What do you mean?
I have opened the door to the spirit world, and you have not. And don't you dare do it ever. You hear?
Yeah,
Yup.
I can agree to that.
I mean it. The dead are just like lost children. If you're out there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, they will find you. Enough of the PSA. I snuck out there to the ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time. Nothing.
You didn't say the rhyme?
Oh, that? Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jessalyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last.
Yeah.
There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. But for the most part, one generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jessalyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte.
I've
Yes,
heard.
me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jessalyn's been born behind enemy lines.
Could Clara have killed Charlotte to get the control of the company? And made sure everyone thought that Harper was too crazy? And if Jessalyn was set to take the company from... Obviously everyone at the company liked Jessalyn. And if she was ambitious enough to want to have the company for herself, her mother might be feeling threatened.
You said you opened the door to the spirit world. What did you mean?
You really sure you want to know?
I'm curious, and no disrespect, but
Last time, I told you how my daddy got me interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story. When I was young, there was a spot in my room where I could fold back the wallpaper. There was this gorgeous old wood behind it. I mean, to me it was. I'd trace the ripples in the grain with my fingers for sometimes hours.
why?
I don't know. I was a girl, and it was the only thing I knew about that no one else did. I don't know exactly when it started, but I began to trace a beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time. Little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange, cold. And I realized it wasn't the wall I was feeling. There was a girl on the other side of the wood. She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my eyes tight and glued the paper back. But I didn't, and I couldn't. I let it teach me the shape of the tree, again and again, until one day I saw it in real life.
What happened?
Not a thing until a strong storm hit a few months later. I don't have to tell you what they found when they pulled what was left of the willow tree from the ground, now do I? That's when I decided I would learn to listen. I knew even then it had come at a cost. I just had no idea how high.
Alright.
See you later.
Y'all be careful now.
Nothing too helpful there. One more phone call and I'll switch over episodes.
Bess's phone.
All right, bonus Ned. What are you two up to?
George is in New York.
So, she got the internship with that Technology of Tomorrow place?
Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a road trip for when you're back. I was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn.
Not going to happen.
Someone has to, Ned, and George already said no. It was a really angry no, too. Anyway, did you make it to the island?
I did.
I've been doing a little research, and I can see why Savannah sent you.
Why's that?
If I believed in ghosts, I wouldn't come within a few hundred miles of Black Rock Island.
I can definitely see why. Even I have to admit it does have a certain abyss gaze is also into you vibe to it.
Put that on a billboard.
I've got your
It's
back.
in a book already.
I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings.
Really? Oh, that's great.
I, on the other hand, have been watching videos of otters. So good at stacking things. Additionally, I've kidnapped Ned. I've been
see that.
so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener.
Mm-hmm.
See? And he's also very quick to Stockholm.
Nickerson family trait. We like being liked.
Oh, thanks, you two. It looks like Clara never knew who her father was.
How sad.
That can
Do you
happen.
think you can figure out who it was?
I don't think that's the important part.
Right. That was just a test question to see if you were still a smart detective.
You
For a
got
further
me.
test, please explain why.
She never really got to know her place in the family. I don't know exactly how, but that's a piece of this. It's a case of follow the money. Someone wants what Clara has, or Clara's worried she's going to
I think
lose
that's
it.
more it.
I met Harper.
What's she like?
She might be completely crazy.
Or she's just
Either that
pretending
or
to
she
be.
wants me to think that's the case.
So, who is she?
She's a Thornton, all right, but that's pretty much all I know. She seems to be hiding from everyone.
Hiding?
For the moment.
You met a weirdo who has an obvious affinity for ghost kidnappings during the course of your investigation of a ghost kidnapping? And you didn't tell anyone?
No.
Ned, say something to uncrazy your girlfriend.
Don't be that way?
Not compelling, Ned,
Should I say it like you would?
if that's what it takes.
Nancy, your newfound buddyship with that batty basement dweller is freaking me out.
I have trained you well. Now go, Nancy. Tattle like the wind.
All right. I think you may have a point.
I don't think that's fair. Oh boy.
I'd better get going.
Call back soon.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, I'll cut it off for there and we'll start on the next one. See if I can actually find something to do rather than just wander around and not do anything. Yay! Okay. See you in the next one. Bye.